It's just the propane and the oxygen coming out. Melting temperature of soft glass is at about 2200 degrees when it's hot like honey in its liquid form. It's somewhere between 1000 and 2000 degrees. I just felt like there's so many possibilities that you can play with glass, and the fact that you're using fire to create this piece of work was really exciting to me as well. After that one-day course, I could not stop having dreams of melted color and like liquid colors melting into the other, and like I just sort of became obsessed with the fact that you have something so solid that can turn into something as liquid as honey and then right back to a solid again. And I don't know, there's something that just really drew me to it.
It was actually kind of lonely from the start, but I like loved it, and I felt people say you're a New Yorker at heart, and I definitely felt that, and I felt a stronger connection with art, and that's what I wanted to do. You definitely lose yourself and find yourself. I think you can evolve in different materials, and I, went from just oil painting. Before I would take photographs with a 35 millimeter in college, and then I would base paintings off the photograph. Now I take photographs and then I make these digital drawings and I enhance them digitally, and then I might print it, and then I scan it, and I do like 5,000 drawings. It's a whole process. My concepts are also much more elaborate. A lot of experimentation that might have come from not just interests in uses in other materials, but I think like, okay, I was an oil painter and I love oil paints. I can't afford to make big oil paintings, so it's like, what else can I do? And and then I start appreciating even just different surfaces, for example. And sometimes even just stretching a canvas is boring to me now, where I'm like, if I could get paint, I want to start doing painting on glass.
There's definitely an alchemist sense to it, making one thing and making it into something else. All of my pieces are one of a kind, so the similarity is the fact that they're linked together with links, but they are not the exact same piece.
I was just thinking about New York City, and it's a city of things collapsing and constructing. It's like constantly buildings go down, it goes up, it's constantly being revamped. It's never finished. It's never, it's these round, it's just constantly going. Meanwhile, I'll rewind, I always did architecture in New York and kind of the abstract experience, and relationships between music and architecture and experience in the city. I came to Brooklyn, now I'm doing bodies of water. Not literally water, but they're kind of these more fluid images that are sort of released.
The fact that I make them using glass shows just how fragile these pieces are, and I tell everybody who buys my jewelry, if you take care of this will last for a really, really long time. Just like in any relationship. If you don't take care of it, it's going to totally shatter.
I get inspired by just weird materials and sound and the noise and the things that make me the happiest. I get high off of seeing like the city lights and the energy and the making art and certain colors and the bizarre inspiration, and I like the idea of seeing things through different perspectives too. You know, you see it on the screen, but you're living in it too.
People appreciate it more when they actually see the process of what actually goes behind making that piece.
But I do want to make more architectural, like life-size things. Not even just huge paintings in a big white gallery, but I'm much more interested now in the concept of installation morphing into real life, and so people can connect with it that way.
Nothing stays the same. Everything changes, and everything should change. I shouldn't make the same thing over and over again. I should experiment with other things.
And so is that New York City, or is this New York City?
There's just a certain amount of solar flare that you should expose your eyes to. It's basically, if I was doing this without wearing my glasses, it would be like staring at the sun all day long.